Character designs in Zenless Zone Zero are all so good and so unique. While many factions follow a specific theme, each design in the faction is very unique in its own way. So why is it that so many people confuse Soldier 11 and Anby, and even sometimes think they're the same person? Ever since CBT1, I've also tried to make the connection between the two, and 2 years later, since the beta, I'm going to showcase every bit of evidence on the two of them being cloned or sisters. Slight spoilers for Chapter 1. The most obvious thing to mention is their appearance. Their gear, face, and aesthetic are unbelievably similar. Both of their weapons are being infused with a backpack accessory, and not only do they look similar, but they actually use the exact same face model in-game. Which, as stated at the beginning, is crazy due to how unique each character normally is in this game. It goes much deeper than just appearance though, as they even act and fight in the same way. Both Soldier 11 and Anby have a monotone voice with deadpan humor, which honestly is well executed every single time. Each of them have their own food obsessions as well. Anby loves burgers and Soldier loves noodles. Well, specifically spicy noodles, but that's besides the point. Once they get in battle, they fight oddly similar as well, as if they had the same type of training. Even Fairy mentions that it seems Anby's had military training. And while we do know very little of Anby and Soldier's backstory, one thing I do want to clarify from things I've seen online is that Anby does not have amnesia. She didn't forget her past. She just doesn't talk about it. This is shown in Chapter 1, as during the Vision Debacle with the residents, Nicole mentions that they can't fight such a big corporation to try and save everyone, while Nekomata says they need to save them. Anby responds to this with, "I understand Nicole's thinking, but I can't follow it this time. I won't make the same mistake again." This comment specifically can help tie Soldier and Anby together, as Soldier mentions that she had to do terrible things before because she has to just follow orders and be a soldier. She also mentions how much she hates traitors. So, what if Anby was a part of Soldier's Oval Squad and fled and went AWOL after a mission she regretted where she was forced to leave people behind? It would explain why she feels so strongly about this situation in Chapter 1, but could also explain Soldier's hate for traitors, as if she and Anby were close before she fled. Which there are things that do hint that Soldier 11 and Anby could have been close. During Soldier 11's agent mission, when you first meet her, she asks for your code word to be Flame Thunder, which should automatically make sense why this connects. Soldier yells flame during combat and Anby yells thunder. Also, when you do the DP assist, you should totally check out that video by the way if you haven't, then their teamwork flows together so naturally, it's as if they were actually teammates. So what are the hints that they could be clones, and which hint at being sisters? Let's take a look at the crackpot theory that they're clones first. Well, if we take a look at Soldier 11's demo, it looks like a normal combat trailer. Her being in a training sim, and while training, having flashbacks to actual fights with ethereals. But what if this actually goes a lot deeper than it seems? As it flashes between the ethereals and the military training, it counts up until she seemingly gets hit with an attack, and then it drops all the way down to 0 as she focuses on one memory that matches the situation she's in. What if these flashbacks were previous versions of Soldier 11 clones that perished in battle, and she's just getting the memories of the previous version? Maybe Anby is one of these clones that escaped to break the loop of being made over and over again, or maybe Anby was the original that Soldier 11's being made from. I mean, why else would they have the exact same face? Well, sister time! This has started to make a lot more sense to me than the clones, because what if Soldier 11 and Anby were actually twins, and were trained up in the Defense Force at the same time? There are plenty of situations where one twin is much taller than the other, so what if that's the case here? It could also add to the fact why the traitor thing hurts Soldier so much, because not only could they have been close as teammates, but were close enough because they were actual sisters, and when Anby left, it hurt Soldier significantly more than it would any normal member. Not to mention Soldier 11 said that she has long forgotten her name, which could have been the same for Anby, which is why she took in the last name of Nicole when she was found. Anby could have originally been called Soldier 10 while in the Defense Force for all we know. Finally, there's an odd comment by Soldier 11, where she accidentally throws a Defense Force document away after eating noodles and asks you to help find it. When you do, she burns it, and says, quote, "How a senior officer's daughter chooses to live her life is a personal matter and shouldn't be exploited by others." Why would Soldier just have documents about a senior officer's daughter on her as she's chilling eating noodles, then just burns it? What if this document could be about Anby and she's trying to help keep Anby's info safe since she made it out? Sure, Soldier does hate traitors, but there should always be love for siblings. But anyway, these are just crackpot theories anyway, so take them lightly. And I hope they were fun to think about. What do you think? Are they sisters? Clones? Just coworkers? Not related at all? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys on launch.